Hello and welcome to this episode of the Ranting Atheist podcast. Today, we'll be listening to the recording of a conversation with a fellow Nigerian atheist. He's a proud member of the LGBTQ community and he shares his deconversion story from a background of Islam and Christianity. And he was someone who was serious with both religions while practicing them. But before we listen to our conversation, please consider subscribing. This podcast is available on Apple, Spotify, Google, and even YouTube. Yes, YouTube. So you can go to YouTube and check out the Ranting Atheist YouTube channel. You can get the podcast there as well, if that's a convenient platform for you. So without any delay, let's go and listen to the conversation I had with Timi. Hello, bro, and you're welcome to Story of an Atheist, if you like call it that, but that's what I call this category of episodes when I have one-on-one with fellow unbelievers. The listener would like to know, so who are we speaking with today? Can we get a brief introduction?
Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever the time you're listening to this podcast. I am Timi, and I'm just an unbeliever, just like the Ranting Atheist himself.
All right. So, are you comfortable sharing your location? I don't think that's safe for you. Are you comfortable with that?
Well, I live in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yes, I live in Nigeria.
Exactly. So, then, if your age, are you Gen Z? Are you millennial?
I'm a proud Gen Z, oh. Hey, well, no. So I'm the older Gen Z that feels like,
okay,
so
96,
I don't know. I think
97-ish,
97. Do you get exactly?
Okay. Sometimes you can claim millennial by mistake now.
No, I can never claim millennial. Please, those people here.
We are too old. We are a bunch of old fuckers.
What the fuck? No, let's be factual. No, okay. Let me give you an example.
All right.
Compare the amount of unbelievers in Gen Z and the amount of struggling believers in the millennial group.
Yes, I can testify to that. I have spoken to quite a few people, and Gen Zs, there's hope for Nigeria with the Gen Zs. The millennials are a bunch of lost souls. They have drunk the Kool-Aid of Jesus Christ and Allah to stupor.
And they don't want to question shit. They don't want to question shit.
They are scared of questioning. They are already passing it on to the next generation.
No, they are impersonate. No.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, you as a Gen Z person, right? If you allow yourself to be influenced by the ideologies that have failed evidently, right, in the generation before us, it's on you. Because check around you. You're not blind. Is it working for them?
It's not so.
So
they're all in denial.
Even it's not working for them, exactly. There's a thing about religion and people's stance in it. Most especially millennial Nigerians, right?
Yeah.
Most of them do not even believe what they are saying enough to be able to defend it.
Yes.
But then they are scared so much that they cannot even start the conversation.
They can't even dare think that. Who are you to question God? I always get that question. I'm like, who the fuck is God, first of all, before we even question it?
Allah, Jesus, Buddha, Superman. I'm a God. Yes, no, let's be factual. Even the Bible calls me God. Even the Bible say I'll be God.
Yeah, God.
Do you get? Yeah. Yo, man, I'm a God. Right. So if you pray to me, I think, hello, everybody. So I should have a kind of movement of my own called Timistian or something. But this should be all about money, though. My religion is about money. I am just like Jehovah. Let me explain to y'all in case people do not know. Hello. So I'm like Jehovah's first son. Do you get? So not Jesus. So Jesus is the only son. Me, I'm first son. We're different.
How that would they work?
So only son. Oh, you say the only son concept came from the fact that sex did not happen,
Okay.
right? Exactly. But me, first son, there was sex, there was knacking.
Who was the
Do
mama?
you get?
Who is the mama? Who is the mama?
My mom Oshun.
Ewe.
Jehovah and Oshun, they toasted. Did not see you, nigga. If you don't think,
Jehovah like doggy.
wait, I don't understand. What page are you reading? What page have you been reading? You tell me. What page have you been reading? Okay, so somebody I saw a part of the Bible today, right?
Yeah.
That spoke about the what was it called? The Last Supper of Jesus, right?
Yeah.
And he said, and when Peter looked up and he saw that, and he saw him which Jesus called beloved, right? And he put his head in the bosom of Jesus, and that sounds homo-romantic as fuck.
I'm telling you, the bosom of Jesus. Huh.
And I'm like, okay. Okay.
Even
But
if you read the story of David and Jonathan,
Jonathan,
I'm like, bro.
no, all of the.
I don't know what I'm hearing, but
then
the love is strong, yeah, man.
when we're about to have that conversation, they shy away from it. They believe you are misunderstanding the Bible.
Out of
It's
context.
only their own understanding. It's only their own context.
It's not
that
even
is
their
the
own,
only
the
reasonable
particular
thing.
person you are talking to, because their understanding varies person to person.
I don't even have conversations with religious people.
I've had a lot.
I Timi do not have that energy, right? I don't have that. No,
I can understand why.
because most especially because I believe you're an adult, right? You're responsible for your access to knowledge, and if you choose to have knowledge or you choose not to use the knowledge you have access to, it's your fault, right? I shouldn't, I shouldn't be having that conversation with you.
Well, ignorance
Everything
is not
around
in short
you,
supply. This is our country.
bruh. Let's be factual. An average Nigerian now has Facebook accounts at one point or the other. You don't use Facebook at least.
So we're watching videos, endless loop.
Do you get exactly? I won't lie to you. At some point in my life, right? If you are watching some kind of videos next to me, I will start getting angry. No jokes, right? Because I'll be like, okay, all of these add no value to your life. In as much as I understand that they give you all those charade of happiness they give you right now.
Dopamine rush now.
Do you get exactly like they give you all of that? But then you're just burning data and wasting money. To what essence is this? You're not getting any information from it. A lot is happening in the world right now, and then you're just choosing to sit down with. I've seen people sit down with stupid things, and I'll be like, okay. So most times it's not like these people don't have access to the internet or even to research. I ask them.
Yeah.
I would rather sit down and listen to somebody who practice indigenous faith of Africans than anybody than the Abrahamic religion.
No,
let's be factual. I'll be like, okay,
Panthers are more sensible than the average.
That's it. You'll be like, the truth is, this is who they are. This are being the origin of their identity. The thing is, you cannot you cannot describe a people without describing their school of thought when it comes to faith and religion and spirituality, right?
Yeah.
So if the traditional African institution does exist, right, then there is a spirituality to it, right? So if an African man practices that spirituality, I'll be like, man, you're just exploring your identity. That's your rudiment identity. That's the only identity you have, right? But then, if a black man, a Nigerian, for an example, right, whose forefather is not Yahweh or does not sound like Jesus or is not Peter, or I don't know where all of those names come from in Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa. And with the open knowledge of the fact that the first ship that carted away slaves from the West African coast is called Jesus something, right? And then we've heard about, or we've read about, or we've had access to the special Bible, the specially curated Bible for the black
For
people,
slaves.
right? Which is supposed to like make them submit and all of that. And then you still see a Nigerian who has no DNA link, at least. Let's say if you think in your head that you are stupid, that you have a link to Jesus who is from the Middle East, right? Your DNA is telling you, okay, uncle, no, right? Your DNA is telling you that, auntie, no. That your DNA is telling, oh, this person, this is no. What you think is not what it is, right? And then you're still choosing to stay ignorant. You're still choosing to say that, okay, probably that person, can we ask, even when I was growing up in religion, funnily, I don't know if this is a thing in Nigeria, but I grew up from a family where I had a taste of both Abrahamic religion, right? At some point.
Give us that
At
gist
some
now.
point,
How
I
was
was okay. So I was born a Muslim, right?
Okay.
I was a Muslim till about 15, right? I wasn't about 13. I did my Walimat to the Quran when I did my Walimat to the Quran when I was 13. Yes, and it was exactly that year that we left, like that my family literally moved out of Islam. Yes, we became Christian and all of that. And then one thing I really question is because when I was practicing Islam, I said I did my Walimat to the Quran at 13. That is what they call the completion of the Quran, right? That they believe you have access to, you've read the entire Quran and then you've had access to the knowledge of the Quran, right?
Yeah.
And that's when you do your Walimat to the Quran. And I have done that when I was 13. When I was a Christian, trust me, I've had access to, at some point, I was writing the Pidgin Bible, right? Wow. That's how vast I was with biblical knowledge, right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
I was willing to devote my time. But one thing is, with knowledge can never deny itself. You cannot deny facts, right?
Yeah.
You might lie about them, you might deny their existence, but you cannot deny the fact that facts are facts, right?
Yeah.
And even at that age, I would be questioning, why is it that all the heroes in all of these books I've been reading are from one certain place? It's really a question that really bothered me. Because nothing I read that sounded like my people, that sounded like I mattered at any point, right? And if there would be anything close to black people in which any of this, they were never heroes. They were never at the forefront. They were just supporting characters in these stories, which sounded like an average white man story. It sounded like an average Eurocentric story. It sounded like an average Hollywood story, right? Yes, it is what it is. It's not like an average Hollywood story where the black man would just be the sidekick, supporting character. You don't even know if they exist or not. And that was where I first started like questioning that, okay,
this is not normal.
So I think I think something is wrong. Something is fucking wrong. And then the fact that you need to recognize presence, right? The fact that you need to recognize presence was really, really a thing for me, right? While I was growing up, at some point, I told this story to somebody today. When I was a Muslim, I was so, like I said, I'm a very fervent person when it comes to religion. I was effing fervent. Between 13 to 17, I was that troublesome person that will wake you up on bed by 5 a.m. telling you how much of a sinner you are. Literally,
both as a Christian as a Muslim.
Well, nigga, as a Muslim, I said the most traumatizing event for me was there was this day everybody had said they were not fasting. I was like, I was going to fast, and I woke up very early to go to the kitchen to prepare my meal, right? And there was no light. I was, when you're trying to like scramble the wall to find where's the switch, with a sleepy eye. And then I stepped on a rat, and that rat ran into my pants, my pajamas, which had net inside it. So it allowed the rat literally like really, really walk. I squeezed this rat. Yes, I literally imagine it in my own body, in my own pants. I literally squeezed this rat in the pants and I killed it there. And that really, really did traumatize me. That event was the most traumatizing thing of my childhood, right? And then as I am now, every time I remember that, the reason why that happened to me was because I was trying to fast. I was trying to intentionally hunger myself for Sky Daddy.
Hey, God damn it. God damn
And
it.
no adult was there to tell me that, nigga, what are you doing? Nobody was like, what are you doing? But rather, everybody saw it as a point of reference, a point of worship, a point of testing of faith.
Oh,
But literally, that's the most traumatizing thing of my childhood to Marvel.
wow.
You know? And even as a Muslim, right, it was so crazy that I would want to just, trust me, it was so crazy that, in Islam, you have to recognize presence. You get into your house, you have to say Salaam Alaikum. You do this, you need to say this, you do that, you need to do that.
So
There
many
were
things.
there were so many presence. That's it. You need to be present in that faith. You need to your presence needs to be registered. You need to be seen. You need to acknowledge it every now and then. The fact that when I see another Muslim, I need to say Salaam Alaikum, and sometimes I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to go on my own. Right? But the fact that I recognize that it is Sunnah, right? That I see another Muslim and I put out my salama, right? I put myself in that mental space of, okay, yes, that's the thing I really need to do. And I was a young child. These were the things I was taught I need to do to be a good boy. Those were the evidence of, those were the markers of the one that will be successful, and all of that. And even as a young boy, I really craved success. Even till now, I still love success. Success looks good on everybody, right?
Yeah.
And I really, really did crave success. And trust me, I was willing to even bribe Sky Daddy, like, see, across all bars. It's not, it won't be about, no, literally, it's not because I won't want to work. Literally, we were taught that your work is not what would feed you. It's still it's whatever Sky Daddy thinks about you. Do you get?
Yes.
We were not taught that you need to invest. You need to do this. The only thing we were taught as kids growing up was, okay, yeah, you need to study, you need to get a job, you need to do this and that. But amidst all of this, Sky Daddy comes first. Whether it was Allah, whether it was Jehovah, whether it was anybody, Sky Daddy comes first. And that really, really brought about the erasure of self. Exactly. It really brought about the erasure of self. It really did brought about the erasure of self.
That's the aim. So you be part of the whole.
Man, good luck to their whole.
When you're a Christian, what sex? Say Christian. Christians are the most confused religion ever. What flavor of Christianity were you practicing?
Oh, I did practice all kind of flavor. No, don't go there. Don't go there. I even got paid as a singer.
Choir. Wow.
I led a choir for about 3 to 4 years. Paid singer. Paid baritone singer. No, okay, so it came so now let me tell you the crazy thing about the church, right?
Okay.
The Christian body is really one of the biggest employer of free labor is the Christian body.
Yes, so you're working for God.
Because you get exactly, but the pastor is earning money.
That is mad leverage.
Well, it's just good business.
Mad leverage.
Good
Free
business.
Labor, huge turnout. And what they even do, the members too, they also give them, I know I used to jam a lot of different churches, be sharing flyers to invite you to their church. So marketing is basically free. You have business, they have their business developers on the streets working for free.
Or guaranteeing it is never jam person will give flyer where you know college they'll cost your mama, cost your papa join.
They no born there where I dey wait for that person. Go fight for street. I dey wait for that.
Why
day.
you go fight? Okay, now I think that's me. Me, I don't need to fight. I'll just be
I
like,
dey wait for that day. Because as they swear for your papa, waiting concern me than by force.
I'll be like, this is Werele Con. You know what they call Werele Con? Additional mad person. Do you get? I'll be like, please, because literally, right? I believe that I'm from a place of religion have to exist, right? Okay. I won't lie to you. Thanks to religion, let's not lie. Religion is the only excuse some nasty people in our society are not functioning in the capacity in the capacity of their pervertness.
And they are psychopaths. That means there are a lot of psychopaths.
Yes, agreed, right? But thanks to religion for curbing them and reducing their exhibition and making the society more unsafe.
Are we sure? We can't really be sure because we have not had without religion yet.
That is part of what I said. Okay.
We are not sure.
In a place where there is no religion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Spirituality is not erased. Do we agree on that?
Spirituality brings up question. What the hell is spirituality to me, Sha?
Okay, what's spirituality to you?
I don't know, because what I used to think it was is the spirit realm, being in tune with God and all that shit. But now it has all been eroded, so that cinematic universe doesn't exist in my head again.
So literally, right? When instead of me believing that, okay, now I'm trying to look for the best scenario.
Okay.
Instead of people putting their belief in God, right? Rather than me saying that I know God will do it, right?
Yeah.
Which is me being religious, right?
Yeah.
I become spiritual, which is I become aware of the right things I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
I come in tune with the right things I'm supposed to do. Spirituality goes with a walk, I think, right? There is like there is a walk to it. And even in religion itself, their form of spirituality is just the way they explain it. It still has to do with walk.
Okay.
There is a form of walk to, because they are like if they say spiritual exercise is like fasting, right? There is a walk to it. You need to do something.
Yeah. You pray, read your Bible.
Right. Do you get?
You begin to do Leko Santa Rababa Shindaraba.
You need to do something. Something has to be done. So that's the way they explain their spirituality. So that's why I said it is possible we have a world, right, where there is a zero religion, right, but there is spirituality there is what you can do. There is a walk to it to get your things done, right? You need water to bathe. There is fetching of water. There is opening of tap.
Yeah.
Right. But then the thing why I said, if part of the reason why religion cannot be erased is, so the opening or the work that goes into spirituality, when it becomes commercial, that's the birth of religion. Right? Rather than everybody doing their own work, rather than me facing, okay, I know I want to record, I'm supposed to look for the best recording app. I've tried about 6 recording apps now. I need to look for the one I'm good at. Which one is more comfortable for me, right?
Yeah.
And that is my spirituality, right? Me doing my work the way I should do it. It becomes a religion when I say, okay, how are they doing it? What is the Ranting Atheist doing? Oh, that is the way he's doing it. I will erase it. Whatever I'm supposed to do, whatever, no, cancel. There is no even time for me to think about what I'm supposed to
follow.
Exactly. So that's when it becomes religion.
And I'll start collecting offering from you following me.
Exactly. So now, so there are some people, right, who's doing the work, who's exhibiting themselves, right, is them being psychopaths, right? Is them being dumbasses, right? Okay. But with the help of religion, they do copy, and they are bound into something that is not allowing them exhibit themselves as they should, thereby making the society more safer.
Okay.
I won't lie to you. Most of the people you see in religion, for example, now, you see the people that talk about, from my own experience, the people that talk about the loudest homophobes in the room, right, are most probably people suffering internalized homophobia, but are yet to explore their sexuality.
It's a possibility, yeah.
So it's just the same way, like, exactly. But then, because they've not been able to explore it, right, they becomes the naga. Okay, no, this thing does not exist. When inside, down there, we know that's all you want. Right?
Yeah.
So it still goes into, like, them. The psychopath just goes into, okay, it doesn't exist, Jerry. It doesn't exist because Jesus said it doesn't exist, right? When even deep down, the psychopath knows that's what he wants. But rather than he going outside there to go do wrong things, he rather goes to the church and go and kneel down and go and confess to a pastor who will tell him, oh, sorry, you have sinned. Let me give you this anointing oil and pray for you, and you shall all your sin have been cleared, right? And then they do that, and psychologically, right, the psychopath becomes comforted, right, till there is another urge again. And they'll be like, hey, I have sinned unto God again. Oh, I'm already thinking of sin again. Then they go to pastor again. Pastor, I don't come. Me whole big sinner. Do you understand what I'm saying now?
Yeah, but is that not a guilt cycle?
Sorry, is that not what religion is based on? I did not guilt tripping you.
Anyway, not true, Sha.
What is sin? What is sin?
Now you fuck up.
Baba Alpha, is sin not supposed to guilt trip you into orderliness?
Not true. I agree. For all
I won't lie to you.
And come short of the glory of God.
Okay, now let's be factual. No, okay, now I'm saying this loud and clear, right? Let people drag me if they want to, but I will say this. Majority of the morality that we have in the world today in our judicial system mostly are based on religious or moral system. Yes or yes?
Nigeria, we?
Not just Nigeria, I said majority of the world.
The world?
Yeah. Leave the Western world alone. Hi.
If it's Nigeria, I can agree.
Okay, let's talk about Nigeria then.
I can agree.
But not just Nigeria, even Ghana, with all that is happening in Ghana, the Catholic Church is still very strong.
They will defend molesters and attack the LGBT. So
majority, okay, for example, majority of West African countries, their judicial system are based on some religious book.
Yeah, insidiously, but they claim secular.
Right. And if this had been our judicial system for years, right? The Ranting Atheist, Timi, have not been exposed to the judicial system of Europe, of UK, of the United States, or that have bounded my morals as regards my justice or as regards my morality as a Nigerian is based on Nigeria's judicial system, right? Indirectly, I am still based on some religious laws. Because at the core of my judicial system is religion.
I can agree with that.
If I live in northern Nigeria today, I would have to live my life as if I am living in Saudi Arabia because Sharia law is a thing.
Yeah.
He raises instantly. It goes off my head, oh boy, yo. Even though this is Nigeria, but this is northern Nigeria. Immediately. And why am I saying this is northern Nigeria? Because I have to come to the realization of, okay, you are bound to a new set of law here. Yeah. And I, as a human being who recognizes my fundamental human rights, I would ask, what kind of laws bind me here? And then I am told, oh, it's Sharia. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to go to Saudi Arabia, at least even if I don't know anything, to see the beautiful places, see what they are spending money on. At least tourism is a big thing for their governments. They're one of the reasons why Islam is self-coverage. And I don't want to be bombed by me to your lump. But then, do you get?
Yeah.
And I look all around. I'm like, okay, yeah, because I still want to go to all of these beautiful places, right? And it's still business. Let's not lie.
Of course.
And I'm telling myself, because I want to go to places like Saudi Arabia, I need to put myself in this position because I am in northern Nigeria now. So because, as we used to say, if you want to go to Canada, you better start getting used to AC. Do you get? If I want to go to Dubai, if I want to visit the United Arab Emirates, do you get? I need to start getting used to Sharia in northern Nigeria because it is a way of life. So indirectly, I am still bound or I am still binded by religious laws.
That's problematic.
Right? In as much that's what I'm saying. That in as much as it is a problematic thing that religion does exist or it does exist in its way, but as evidence as it is, its morals is what has been binding my nation till today. Sadly, right?
Well, the nation is sadly, the nation is in shambles. But let's leave Nigeria small for now. Let's go back to you. Now you have jumped from Islam to Christianity. You are firebrand in the Lord, Abi.
Hallelujah. Amen.
So when did the armor start to break? What started the questioning and what the fuck moment?
Okay, so you see, with my transitioning in religion, right?
Yeah.
Or with religion came questioning, like I said. One, when we transitioned from being Muslims to Christian, I hated it because that was the year of my glory in Islam. That was the year I did my walima to the Quran. Do you get? And that was the same year my family. Why have I been reading the Quran all this year? Why have I been running to, study the Quran? Even to have my graduation on my walima to Quran. And then that same year, my family transitioned. So I really hated the transitioning at all of that point. And then it became a point where religion became kind of, or Jesus or faith became the support system for my own mother, right? And being that person, being the first child, I recognized what was happening. I recognized what religion meant to my mother, that it wasn't just about the spirituality. It was about the support system, right?
Yeah.
And I just, as a good child that I'm supposed to support my parent, and then even as much as I was 18 yet, I was still in full 100% support. And I was trying to do my best to be that best at that support I'm trying to give, right? Yeah. And then over the years, I started noticing that, I love giving all of this support, but it's not even me. It's like putting up kind of like an act. It's like wearing
a charade.
A charade. It's like putting up a show. It's literally like putting up a show. Right? Yeah. And I'm like, no, this is not happening. Nope. And then it started from, and that thing also is Christianity had never been nice on me. Let's not lie. That's one thing I need to say. So, I'm one of those people in Nigeria who, I don't know if my story is kind of popular among people, or let me just speak for myself. So I have a story of having to be independent at a very early part of my life because of my sexuality, and because I'm from a home where my father will always tell you that if you impregnate a woman, your education will stop, right? And he will transfer all of what you're supposed to do to the child. So talk less of the fact that I am a queer child. Imagine what my fate will be, right?
Wow.
So I had foreseen it, and I had to prepare myself mentally.
Wow.
Even when I was 14, right? And trust me, in as much as I was doing this, I was still finding a reason to still be that support system for the people I know that will most probably kick me out. From all of what has been the conversation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I got to a point in my life of, whether you're a support system or not, if they'll kick you out, these people will fucking kick you out because it's as if this queerness is not going anywhere or it's here to stay. Sure you get. So let's Kokoma face it.
Yeah.
Let's take life squarely. Don't cut here, don't cut there. Yoruba people say it's somewhere shall we cut. Abi?
Yes.
It's just the truth. You avoiding it here, you avoiding it there. It will happen somewhere. All right? So I haven't been preparing all my life for it not to happen. Right? I have been preparing. So yeah, let's see happen now. I won't lie. Me, I'm never doing again. Everything. Let's go my hand it. Bye. But the religion, and the conversation around sexuality. Let it kukuma happen. Right way. Me, shush. No, I'm not going again. And then I first started from walking out of the choir because, for example, like I said, Christianity has not been nice on me.
Yeah.
At some point, I was a struggling person, extremely struggling because of the kind of choices I made for myself, right?
Yeah.
Because of the fact that I just do not want to depend on my family. So it was a price I had to, because I was way younger. There was no job for me. There was nothing. And sometimes I would go to choir rehearsals and they'll be like, so tomorrow you are wearing pink on blue on green. Oh, Jesus, I won't take see that one, but
yeah.
Do you get? And then it started becoming a place of, I think I'll sit down in the house today, because it's like they don't want poor boys like me in the choir today. Do you get?
Yeah.
I'll be like, they don't want poor boys like me because me cannot afford what they say we should go and buy you. Yeah, I need to eat tomorrow. I have to buy data. Data is even more important than church every day. Let me say it now.
100%.
I need to buy data. It's the truth now. So I'll just see that because moreover, the money I have is not like I have millions or anything. It's most probably like 1,000 or 2,000 naira that I have been managing for that week. So if I now say I should go, then I was living in Ijebu. If I say I should now leave where I was living in Ijebu to go to the market, transport fare alone is about 400 or 500 naira alone. Out of 2,000. If I will buy shirts, I will buy, let's say like thrift shirt of 500 naira, pant of 500, that be 1,000. 1,500 you don't go. I never shop. And for that market, sure, saying for 500, I'll still see them. Nigeria things don't cost. You go see 600. They tell you, I'm not selling more than 700. And then the money is gone. And I'll think that, okay, we have wear clothes to choir tomorrow now. They are not calling this clothes again forever and ever, probably like till next 2 years. So all of these clothes, where should he go to? And then at some point, and that thing is what gives people religious look. Let me say that now, right? And then at some point, majority of my wardrobe became choir wear.
Wow.
Because rather than me using my money to buy my casual clothes, I'm buying choir clothes. Till today, I don't know how to buy casual clothes. I don't. If you meet me on every other day,
corporate.
Not everly corporate, but then I am everly unchalant about my look because Christianity never taught me to be chalant. It's earthly to be chalant. It's earthly to think about, oh yeah, I want to wear that and that and that. No. No. The version of Christianity I was given. No, you cannot have that one. No, it's earthly. It's earthly. Earthly boroko. Some real level of demonic earthly. I know, but now I don't give a fuck, earthly or not. I don't know if it's more earthly. Where should it be? Heavenly, Abby? Heaven that I cannot even sit down. I will jab up by see it, So I don't understand. Heaven that plane cannot stay for 24 hours. Oh my job, So let me come back to that earth. Let me do that earth something. Let's do the earth first. And that's it for me.
It's a really unique story, man. God damn it. This is your choir.
No, it is okay, so it is a thing. It is a thing. And that's one of the reasons why I feel Christianity is like the biggest employer of cheap labor. of cheap labor. I will get a new choir uniform I have to buy every weekend, and nobody's paying me. They don't care I'm going to get it. They don't even know if I'm eating. Do you get? I most probably would even be taking a solo tomorrow. I most probably will be in the BGVs.
And nobody is asking, how are you?
For we are far. Rather they will even look at you like, okay, what is he wearing today? Or what is she wearing? Who is the well dressed?
Competition.
Exactly. Do you know? So you'd be like, I beg you now. So it was just too much. It was just too much for my own mental health. And then there's always church drama in the church. Do you get? Or in the religious system, there's always this silence. Not just gossip, but silence politics.
If pastor is not chopping somebody's work.
Some people are trying to collect church from pastor. Or something of sorts. There's always this politics. There's always this very shady and petty politics going on that everybody's pretending like it doesn't exist.
High level psycho fancy. They'll be greeting and say, brother John, how are you? Meanwhile, they're at the back.
And brother, okay, let me bust your brain. When I was in NC, right? I was in NC 14 to 17. I graduated my NC when I was 17. Then I started my BSc when I was 19. Okay. During my NC days, right? My what was it called? My pastor, my fellowship president, was shagging the choir mistress. Choir mistress is my own neighbor and my classmates, and about 3 rooms away from me. Everybody in my house, in my hall, we go to the same fellowship. The people in my house, they know the gist. Sadly, it's me that I'm the religious person that did not quickly. I came late to the party. I came late to the party because I cannot believe it can be existing. Could possible come and tell it cannot happen. But then see, Konji is a bastard. You like who you like. You want to fuck who you want to fuck. Do you get? We happen.
Pastor say Konji they catch pastor they talk say.
Pastor want to off your pants. You are telling pastor.
They shoot pants like really.
Do you get? So all of these were happening, and I was like, okay. The day I came to the party, and I'm like, okay, this is happening. This is fucking happening. All of this is happening. Okay. And the same people will still come to church and be the one falling under anointing and prophesying and calling other people demonic and demon filled and all of that things. And I'd be like, okay, oh shit, buruku girl, you die? Is it not you? And all of this will start.
The anointing of pastor.
Man, I don't know. For me, for me, I'm religion entirely, because even when I was practicing Islam, right, I was quite an insider, right? I was quite an insider in my my circle or in my network of Muslims, right? When I was a Christian, I was always an insider. Do you get? I would always have first-hand information, right? Or first-hand information. And having all of this, only if you're stupid. I'm sorry. Because you have all the information to yourself. You know what is happening in reality. You know the network of money movements. You know all of the politics that is happening. You can see it. You're not blind. You have a role you are playing in. It's functioning. Do you get?
Yeah.
And all of that was tiring to me. I won't lie to you. And I'm like, okay, this is in my life. I beg. And one of the first struggle I first had in my life was missing church services. No, that thing is a big struggle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I had to convince myself that it is okay to miss services, even when I was a Christian, fuck no.
Yeah, that guilt. You still be feeling that guilt. Yeah.
Because if I'm supposed to be in that service, I most probably should be in the choir singing at that moment. Most probably.
Bringing down the spirits.
No, I won't lie. See, like I said, religion has its good part, right? One of the good parts is people like myself who were in the choir, who devoted our time to something, we tend to be good at it. Example is because I was functioning in the choir very, very well, right? I was active in everything. I'm using all of my audio engineering skill from the church for my podcasting and my productions now.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. So in as much as religion is like meh, right? The thing is, at least there is still some thing you can still point out that, okay, meh, yeah, this one's still there. But then,
But still more
it is still
cons
cheap
than
labor.
pros.
Do you get? It's still cheap labor because I wasn't paid for it. I'm supposed to learn
It's free labor.
during the course of
Cheap is different. Cheap is still getting paid.
No, some churches pay you, but then you can never pay people enough if you're a church because you are actually making free money. Don't you get any paying taxes? Most especially if you're in Nigeria.
Yes.
Every person in the choir should be getting paid the same amount the pastor is getting. Everybody's
That
working.
idea.
Everybody's working.
Walk past walk.
No work, no pass work for
The
Jesus.
pastor is working the vineyard. The pastor
Are we
is
not
working the
supposed to? Are we
vineyard.
not supposed to be equal in the presence of the Lord?
Well, God has favorite people now.
Yeah, that's where everybody came from the Middle East, Jerusalem, Israel,
Exactly.
Mecca. Become every other
That
people in the
whole
world.
plot of land, everything. He promised Abraham just that piece of land in that area.
Center, you know,
As in,
it's all there. It's all
just happened in just that area of land. The God created the whole universe. And just that area of land that he dealt with his people. How pathetic.
You know, another thing that made me really, really, really like, I don't know, Christian, sorry, I'm really dragging you if you listen to this podcast and you're like, man, I'm getting dragged. I'm wishing not to drag you, but then
If they haven't listened, kudos to them.
You are dumbest. Sorry I say it, but I'm not sorry. No, I will tell you why. Okay, an example is you seldomly hear pastors preach about Lilith in the Bible or in the church, right? Like she never existed in the Bible. Yes, Lilith. I'm coming. They removed her, right? But when you see when you are a good feminist, when your work is strong, right? They can only do. They cannot erase you finish, right? In the first book of the Bible, I'm coming. Let me go and look for it though. Lilith is a coconut head. I'm coming now. That woman, she shake them, and they still erase. It is good. Genesis, I think I'm coming now. Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. Hey. Ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run ẹ má nà mí ọyìn Jésù Olúwa wa ṣàánú mi. Christian ṣàánú mi o, it's not me o. It's Ranting Atheist you that same. Hey. I'm coming. I want to open it to you. Sorry.
127.
My Bible. Yes, so.
Which version?
Any version. It spoke of a woman. Good. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Did you say that it spoke of a woman?
And so God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. Is that the correct
Good.
thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Good. He said it already, right? That your God, your sky daddy, he creates them in his own image. And instantly, he creates male and female. Male and female, he creates them. Right? Cool. And then now, instantly in that place, right? He has created them. That was the existence. That was the emergence of man in the Bible, right? And then he now further to tell the story of a new couple, which is in chapter 2, Adam and Eve. So, and if you check the story of Adam and Eve very well, the Bible. So I see the Bible as a storybook. Me, I read it a lot. It's very so you can't. So if I'm telling you, please don't assume I'm telling you the Bible. Just assume I'm telling you history. I'm telling you a storybook, right?
Story.
So I'm like trying to make you. I'm trying to make you understand it, right? Because me, I'm a big fan. Do you get? So as big fan of the Bible, so I'm like making you understand. So so in chapter 2 of that Genesis, they tell us very, very well how God now created Eve because Adam was lonely, right? From the rib when he sleep, one bone, he turned to a human being. One bone, he removed chest. One bone.
Basically, they just splice two different stories together. That's the way I see it.
Do you understand it now? Now there is this bigger story somewhere that sounds very, very like true. When I say true, like it sounds more interesting to believe, right?
Could it be the epic of Gilgamesh or something like that?
No, it's still about this Lilith and Adam.
So the story, there's a book like that is like older than the Bible. The Bible always claims to be old. Where they derive all their stories from.
All of these books, everybody, they stole it from Egypt. Egypt is the forefather of modern religion. Exactly. So go and check them. They all have links with Egypt. There is something linking every one of them to Egypt.
They must create Egypt to create a legitimacy.
So with that being that, I beg there's always like just pointers that just make everything tiring. You just see, you can't just deny it. You can see it, and it will be so bad if you deny it. It is what it is. And I just could not deny the fact that I'm tired of all of this charity. I want to leave, and I walked out, and I never looked back.
Fantastico. So now, one last question that I want to ask so that we'll wrap it up. I've met a few people online that they are part of the LGBTQ community, but they are still God believers, to say the least. They might say they are not Christians, but they are God believers. What personal advice do you have for them?
Is God the only reason you are surviving Nigeria? Because Nigeria can kill you. Nigeria can kill you as a LGBT person. Do you get
it?
So you as an LGBTIQ person in Nigeria, if your faith is the only reason why you are not dying yet, I understand. If believing in Sky Daddy, that Sky Daddy will do something for you or probably take you out of Nigeria someday or something or sort, is the only reason why you are still alive. Hold on to it though, please. LGBT persons especially.
Yeah.
But if the presence of Sky Daddy starts to threaten your existence, like when Sky Daddy promises he can save you if you come for conversion therapy, run. Sky Daddy is he shares everything, Sha. No, Sky Daddy is good. He shares blessings and traumas.
More trauma than blessings, Sha.
See, if people choose this, it's good luck, yo. That's why I said if okay, for example, at the podcast now, we're currently the official archiver of what's it called? Queering Worship. Queering Worship is a Nigerian queer Christian body, right? Who come up every Sunday using digital spaces to host churches, kind of like fellowships, right? And my own work is to document the presence of LGBTIQ persons, right? I don't care whether you're a Christian or a Muslim. As far as you people are doing something in Nigeria right now, I'm supposed to get you documented, right? And that's what I'm doing. So, see me, whether I believe in their faith or not, my work has bound me to working with them, right? With the religious queer people. So like I said, if faith is what is keeping you going, if you feel that is the only reason you are surviving, because I feel like the people who opened that, if they feel there is a need for them to fellowship, to commute in their faith amongst queerness, amongst their queer identity in Nigeria, then that means that religion is a huge part of them. It's a huge part of their being, right? And I don't want to strip it off them. I feel it would be so unnice to just me being an unbeliever or not believing in Sky Daddy is my own problem, right?
Yeah.
Me not believing in him is what is keeping me going, right? Is what is like, so if they believe in Sky Daddy, if it can keep them going, good, though. But if if he show you his true color, like example you see in people in Afghanistan now, is a Muslim in Afghanistan that I'm just looking like I am Muslimi Afghanistani. You're supposed to carry the pole of Islam and like be happy that the Taliban have win, because the Taliban are literally following your religious laws, right? They're literally following your religious laws. So if the Taliban are following their religious law and the Muslims are now fearing, I don't understand though. So if queer Nigerians tend to go and be religious, and square and their Sky Daddy, he give them head boots, he give them trauma, he go why. They cannot complain also because they understood that there is a premise for homophobia in religion, right? Yeah. I love you all for listening once more. I am your favorite guest on the Ranting Atheist podcast. Once again, I am Timi. Love you.
Thank you very much for coming. Really appreciate it. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you are yet to subscribe, please consider subscribing, especially on YouTube. This podcast is now on YouTube. You can also listen to it on Apple, Spotify, Google, any other place you listen to podcasts, but it's also on YouTube. So check out the YouTube channel, The Ranting Atheist. The Ranting Atheist. Have a great week ahead and take care.